People do pop in.
The crowd is high, the lights are bright.
If anybody chats, you'll see it.
Playing when there's fight.
Cool.
Rocket League is where we shine.
This song is
Donuts
about-
moves are so divine.
this song is about-
Did you really?
This ball, the clock is tight. Every shot is pure delight. Watch him fly and steal the show.
It's good.
We want more donut. We want more donut.
I love it.
We want more.
It was against AI. It's because the amount of water that it takes. Gets it.
Doesn't matter. We can all be mad as fuck. We can stay in the streets and scream. Doesn't matter. They're doing.
So-
It's coming. Hold on.
Dodging past the toughest
we can talk about
souls. Teamwork
What's
makes
going
the
on?
dream come
This
What's
is
up?
my-
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Donut leads us through and through.
Okay. So I'm here with my cousin Amanda.
Clock is tight.
And I know the song's playing right now, so I'm just going to do the intro while the song's playing. This is More Donut. This is the episode 4. So the last couple episodes have been pretty good, but if you noticed, I've had a lot of issues with audio, and I'm trying to get all this stuff fixed. And I think I've actually started it. It looks like it's live. I'm watching it. It says one person. It's just me. But so tonight's going to be a fun show, I hope. That's the end of the song. All right, so now we're ready. This is More Donut, episode 4. A lot of people have been excited for you to.
It was not done. We'll play it again.
No, I forgot there's a little break. It was like, I'm not done. But a lot of people have been pretty excited for you to be on the show, so I've been excited too. I think it's going to be a good one. Today we are drinking.
Don't pay attention to this. I'm not drinking.
We want more donut.
We're drinking Cider Boys hard ciders. And the reason we are is because Amanda has to drink gluten-free alcohol. We have to eat gluten-free food. And why is that?
I have severe celiac disease and an allergy to wheat.
Ooh, because I was at, you know how many beers today I looked at? I was like, this is an orange cream wheat. And I was like, I Googled, is this beer gluten-free? No. No. But there are a lot of gluten-free beers. Craft companies are starting to make more and more gluten-free beers. I just couldn't find any beers today. So we are drinking, this is Cider Boys. Like I said, I got a variety pack. So we got 4 exciting flavors of apple juice that we're going to be drinking. But this one's called First Press. So this is just a traditional hard cider. It's got a lot of calories for a
Don't tell a girl how many calories are in it. She doesn't want to know.
And I want to know how much alcohol is
Actually, it's about the same as a Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola has 241 calories if I'm correct. Oh, 240 per serving. So this has 244. So it's right in the same ballpark as me having a soda. So I'm fine.
Oh, that's good. But can you see how much alcohol's in this?
It's probably a 5%. Yeah, it's 5%.
Okay, 5%. Which isn't bad. That's a Bud Light is 4.7. So this is a little bit stronger than a Bud Light. I've never been a huge fan of ciders.
Since they're one of the only alcohols you get, so I can have like hard liquor. You just have to be careful. It has to be a really light or clear.
Like a
hard,
vodka or
yeah,
something?
like vodka.
Tequila.
Tequila, but I don't do that.
Yeah, right.
Can't do
We're
that.
not kids anymore.
I usually like vodka based if I'm gonna go with something like that. Ciders, even though it's gluten free, it'll still make me have gastrointestinal side effects because I have something called gastroparesis also. So
we're gonna be farting a lot.
cheers.
Hey, it smells like apple juice.
It tastes like apple juice. That's kind of dangerous, Steve. I don't know.
Now the thing is, though, it almost tastes like a little bit like wine.
But that's good for
Yeah,
me.
no, I mean it's a good thing. I'm just saying, like
It tastes a lot like apple juice.
it's very easy to drink.
very easy.
I've had like Angry Orchard and stuff like that. I don't like those.
They're very I don't know what the word is.
It's just
Petty.
really appley,
Yeah.
really tart almost or something. This doesn't have that. This is very smooth. It's actually really good.
It is very good. It's very good. I like it. But
Okay. So while we're drinking our first drink, you came to me, when you first came over today, you said you wanted to play me a sound.
I do. I want to play you a sound and see how it makes you feel.
What do you mean? What is it? What do you mean?
So, like, this is called the golden frequency. And apparently, your Google machine said that it it is based on mathematical and geometric correlations, which I did not know, but I heard it earlier today. And I could feel it in my body when you play the frequency.
So where did you hear it? What are you talking about?
Well, you know, I was doom scrolling as one
Right,
does.
yeah. God, I spend my life on TikTok.
This is like, I go on Instagram actually, because it's like, I don't know. I
You
feel
like
it's
IG better?
I feel like it's like TikTok light. So I don't know. And it knows me. And so it knows what I like to.
Yeah. My algorithm would have never brought up, here's a sound for you to listen to.
Mine is you know, the doom situation of the world and makeup stuff and like sciencey like discovery kind of stuff.
That's funny because
That's my sequence.
Ron asked me yesterday, he goes, who's your special guest on your podcast this weekend? And I said, it's going to be Amanda. He goes, oh, is she going to be giving us makeup tips? I was like, what? He goes, I've watched her videos. I'm like, oh, really?
You watched my videos?
Yeah,
Really?
Amanda has a
Oh.
YouTube channel where she does makeup.
I don't anymore. I
Oh.
haven't done it in years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I stopped doing it. I was living at your house 2 years ago, and I don't know. I'm busy. Like, I'm working all the time, and when I'm not working,
Oh, yeah, you
I'm
work
like,
2 jobs.
yeah. Well, and like, I didn't work a whole lot of it last year because it's just been crazy. Life is just crazy.
Life is.
And teenage kids, like, forget about it. You don't have any time. So I could
that on the
take
back
the time.
burner?
I could take the time to do it, but I think I would only do TikToks because I had a lot more. I gained a lot more ground a lot quicker on TikTok than I did on long format because actually turns out I will drone on and on forever in long form content. And so it's just maybe not my my ball game.
So what is the sound is supposed to, it says on the screen, let me put this up on the screen. It says here that if you have ADHD or any neurodivergence, this sound can reset your brain.
And maybe that's why I felt something so deeply because I have both of those things. Well, I guess it's the same thing, but like I have super bad ADHD, as you'll see.
So I'm going to play this for the people. Let's. It said only listen to it for 15 seconds. So how long did you listen to it for? Well, the first time you listened, did you
It
listen
was
like
just
over and
that.
over? It was just that.
It was just that.
And you said it did like.
So you couldn't feel it?
I
Like,
did, well, I mean, no.
maybe it's just my ADHD
I want
brain.
to feel it, man. I want to. But I was like, okay, so it did when it starts switching between the octaves and getting higher and higher, and I can't tell if it's getting higher and lower at the same time. It's just something weird on it. But I have a feeling it didn't do to me what it did to you.
Maybe not. So I'm already gassy. It's that.
Oh, right.
It's
Well,
the
hey,
cider.
far away, baby.
No, it's the burping. Anyway, so
You know, you can, never mind.
what?
There's a girl on TikTok or something that she jars her farts and sells them to guys, and guys buy farts. It's weird, the weirdest shit. I don't get it. I would
So
never
that
be like,
sounds fun.
hey, can I buy a jar of your farts?
And you wonder how that got started too. Like what series of events led for that to get started? Like,
Yeah, who
did
the-
somebody contact her and be like,
Can
"Hey,
you fart for me?
I would like you to
And
jar
then
it."
how do you promote yourself? Like, hey, I fart. I mean,
But
it's hard
apparently-
enough for me to go, hey, I got a podcast.
So she could have been like maybe on like some fetish thing, just looking stuff up to see what was weird or popular, you know? Because
That's
there's
true.
apparently there's a place for everyone on them internets.
There is, but it's just, I'm talking like personally, it's hard enough for me to go, hey, I got a podcast. If you know, I don't know if you're not doing anything one day or you have a long drive, maybe you might want to listen to this podcast. I couldn't imagine if I sell farts, so you'd be like in the grocery store, like, hey, dude, I got a jar of farts.
Yeah, right.
I mean, how do you do that? I mean, how do you promote farting in a jar? It's hard,
there's a community.
but it's hard to put yourself out there and be like,
For
hey,
sure.
this is what I do.
Unless you're in one of those
So
weirdo communities.
I completely derailed.
The sequence. So
What is-
like you feel it. I felt it in my whole body. It's like a tingling sensation, almost like a warming sensation. And it went from like my neck down. And there's different frequencies. And when they play them, I can feel it all over my body. And some of them, they'll ask you like what chakra place that you felt that in. So like a lot of them are targeted. And some people say, yeah, I felt that in my throat. I felt that in my heart. I felt that in my,
I've been learning about chakra.
yeah.
It says here, healing and perception. Many listeners and practitioners report specific benefits from using 432 hertz tuning for meditation and wellness. Physiological effects. Some studies and anecdotal reports suggest it can lower heart rate and blood pressure more effectively than standard 440 hertz. Okay, so everybody else is doing the 440. I didn't even know. I had no idea. If you just tuned it to 432, it helps better. I'm not doing any of this.
I guess.
The 440 tuning harmonious feel. Listeners often describe the sound as warmer, clearer, and more grounding. So, have you ever done the 440?
So I have no idea. I just do what the TikTok tells me to do. But
But this is the first time you've experienced this?
yes.
Okay, so,
So,
you're
like-
just now finding this.
So like Jocelyn has a singing bowl, right?
Right, yeah.
And so the first time I heard that, I was like in love with that because I had the same experience with that. And so I go to this crystal shop and they do that every time you buy something from their store. They cleanse it with a singing bowl. And that's where my interest, was piqued
Yeah.
because obviously the phone knew I was looking up stuff about singing bowls and it said, oh, you need this frequency. And I wholeheartedly agree because it's pretty cool.
It is pretty interesting that, I mean, we are nature, we're connected to nature, and I feel like I've never like really connected to that part of life or whatever, you know what I mean? I've always been like, I don't know, concrete. I know I was born in the city. This is my feet have rarely touched fucking ground. And I heard you're supposed to actually take your shoes off and do that every now and then just to.
Yes, that's one of the things that I had never done either. And I just did that 6-7 years ago for the first time. It's amazing. You got to try that.
Yeah, I heard but we lose touch with ourselves and nature. And I know that, we have a lot more conveniences now and we have better shelter than we've ever had and all that stuff. But I feel like early humans were more in tune with the world and the everything, the universe, all of it, because they didn't have all the shit that we got. Now I said it, like you said, we just doom scroll all damn day long.
Yes.
So I think that's kind of interesting. I wonder now this is going to maybe make some people like, what? But is this shit? I mean, is it real? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Or maybe it's like medication for, I take Ozempic, but it's not to lose weight. Although I wish it would make me lose weight, but it's just so to help me with my blood sugar. But people are using that shit now to lose weight and they're dropping tons of pounds. So I wonder if I don't have ADHD or whatever it says on that thing. Everybody has neurodivergence problems though, right? Or what is that? Can you explain what that is?
So anything that's not considered, and I hate this word, but normal, anything that's not normal as far as brain.
What the fuck is normal?
So Neurodivergence is like your autism spectrum and your ADHD and
Okay.
anything that
Oh, okay.
kind of rewires the brain to make the brain not function the same way as maybe neurotypical brains do, and that's what they call it, is neurotypical.
So does that sound? Yeah, it says it resets, like it smooths or helps or whatever, maybe calms the brain, maybe. Because I've been learning about the chakra and stuff, and there's different meditations you do for each chakra, and I don't know anything about it, so I'm not going to go into it. I'm just learning, you know what I mean?
So,
but it does seem to help when you, especially like the last one you do where you're doing the that kind
Yes.
of stuff. That hum, if you can get the right hum, you do feel calmer.
you absolutely do. And for those of us with like extremely loud minds, like my mind never shuts up.
Yeah.
And so my mouth usually follows suit, but my mind is doing that like times 20 and it's going all over the place 24/7. So having those sounds gets it like to focus on the sound. And when you do that, it takes my whole body to like probably like a more relaxed state like other people can experience without the sound. If that makes sense.
No, it does, because like last week I had Laura on and we were talking about that, almost the same thing, but we were talking about her alcohol. She used it to self-medicate.
Yeah.
A lot of people
sure.
use that stuff, substances, to self-medicate.
For sure.
And if this can help you, well, I mean, we're looking for anything.
Absolutely.
We're looking for anything to make it in this fucked up ass life.
You
man.
got that right.
I wish I was done, but it seems to me I'm going to be here a minute. I'm not saying I want out, but goddamn,
The torture.
could you just give me a break, bro?
That was sheer torture.
And it's funny because I'm like, give me a break. But some people could look at my life and go, well, dude, you're doing all right. You know what I mean? But we're all on different levels. And I don't know if anybody's happy, no matter what level you're on. You know what I mean?
It's really hard these days
Isn't it?
to find that happiness.
Yeah,
There's a lot
definitely.
going on in the 2026 hellscape.
Hellscape. Okay. So we have 4 ciders,
Okay.
but we only usually
I don't
drink,
know if I'll make it through one.
we only usually drink 3 on the podcast.
Okay.
And so
I want to get this. I want to definitely try the strawberry one for sure.
I think so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this one. You don't have to finish yours if you can't.
I mean, it's not advisable that I do, but it's really good.
Or we're going to be selling your farts here in a little bit.
I mean, usually like I'll like actually swell all up with
Oh, that's not good.
gas. Yeah, it's not good.
Okay, so while I go and grab the other beer,
Word.
I have a stupid question. This is a question I went to watch Scream 7 last night.
Right.
And I forget exactly what triggered this thought in my brain, but Sydney was talking her daughter's name. She named her daughter Tatum after
Her friend.
her friend from the first movie. But I, for some reason, heard her say Sydney, like she named her daughter Sydney. And it started me thinking, because I knew it wasn't Sydney. I knew what it was, but it clicked something in my brain. And while I'm supposed to be watching the movie, I'm sitting in my chair thinking, why throughout history, like men have named their first son, like I would name my son Steve or whatever, right? Women, why isn't that name ever passed down like the woman's name? You know what I mean? Like you didn't name your daughter Amanda, not that you would have. So these are just stupid questions. It means nothing. There's nothing behind. I mean, I know the reason because of the land and titles and all that shit back in the day.
It's the patriarchy.
Right. But I mean, if you just think about like, what's wrong with a woman naming her daughter after her? I guess it's not surname. What?
I mean, what's wrong with her, voting and having rights and like not having to like stay in the kitchen? I don't know. What's wrong with any of those things, Steve?
Are you saying that the husbands were like, no, bitch?
I'm saying that
I'm just saying it seems like it would be to me, it seems like a woman who has a daughter would want her daughter to have And it's the last name thing too. These
It
are things
is,
I
but-
don't get. Like,
But I think women have done that.
I'm gonna be right back.
It's not like women haven't done that. There's been some women that I'm sure have done that. It is frowned upon because apparently the only thing that matters is passing on the bloodline and the name of the man. So never mind.
Well,
You know, we are experiencing what I hope to be late stage patriarchy because I was watching, and again with the doom scrolling, but like I was watching this guy, and he said, "All right, it's time. I would like to speak for all men, and we would like for women to go ahead and take over. Like we've done a bad thing." We're in a bad place.
I don't disagree completely. Like,
Wouldn't you like to see what the matriarchy could do? I mean, it's been a long time y'all have had the wheel.
well, and I mean, we can go ahead and just move right on to the next topic with this because I feel like
This is the strawberry one. Strawberry magic. It better be good. It says magic.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is 5% also. This is Cider Boy Strawberry Magic. Apple strawberry hard cider. And it pours the same. It looks the same. I'm sure all ciders look the same.
This one looks a little more heady. It's got...
Well, that's because you poured it like a Neanderthal. Just dumped it.
So, in my defense, I'm a Neanderthal. And I think it's Neanderthal anyway.
It is Neanderthal. I saw something interesting today. There was an argument going on. I'm a comment junkie. Like whatever I watch, I just look at the comments. But there was an argument going on today about
Oh, you're right. Yours is normal and mine is not.
the percentage of Neanderthal that's in our human DNA is really
Don't look too close to that.
it's really different across the board. It doesn't get anywhere. The highest it was is like 6%, but that's mostly like they're saying like Asia and Europe, and then it gets less. But somebody made the argument that maybe Neanderthal intelligence was higher. They just weren't strong enough to survive because their DNA is higher in the Asian community, and the Asian community on average is very intelligent. But I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I think they're mandatory. Their schools are better, right? Their whole system is.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I wonder if it's just a natural intelligence. Because I think
they've got some issues, but like
well, yeah, who doesn't?
I'm pretty sure that their education system far surpasses ours, but I think that's true of everyone now.
Oh, this is good though.
America does not have a great education system at the present time.
Yeah, well, I hate putting my opinions out there.
Why?
Because God, they suck.
You have a podcast and you hate putting your opinions out there?
But you don't see me podcasting by myself. I bring on more intelligent people than myself, so I can just have conversations with them.
That's bullshit.
But I feel like our education system is being like spread out really thin. Like they want to teach a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of this instead of you need to learn how to survive as a person, and this is what we need to teach you.
I feel like they know exactly what they were doing. And it started, I think, with the Rothschilds or Rockefellers. Can't remember which one did this. But the system of education as it stands is just a teaching people how to survive in the system and be cogs in the wheel. It's how to get up and go to work. And that's the only thing they're trying to teach. Well, they're not trying to teach real shit.
They've never wanted you to be smarter as them. From the time that people were learning how to read, it used to be just the elites were the ones that could read, and all that. The poor people, they weren't taught how to read and all
Correct,
that.
because who has the knowledge, who has the power.
And then as society moved forward, they're like, hey, man, we want to read too. They're like, okay, but you can only read this.
Right.
You can't read this.
Right.
And then they're like, well, we need this book to keep you in line. So I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
There's a book they use to keep people in line.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to do your health care issues first, or do you want to go into how bad it sucks to live?
I mean, they're both really on the same vein, so I don't know that I need to choose one or the other so much.
So they could just kind of flow one into the other.
Right?
All right. So as long as I've known you, you've had to be very picky about the things you eat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's not just because it makes you feel sick or whatever. I mean, you get sick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. If I were to have gluten, I would be violently throwing up for several hours and then sick, bloated, and feeling like I can't eat anything or I'll throw up again for about 3 days. So, yeah, it really sucks. And then, like, the reason that I got, like, actually gluten-free, because I've been gluten-free since Haley was born. So, almost 18 years. I was pregnant with her when I discovered that I had it because my mom got diagnosed. So, it's hereditary. So, then I was like, oh, that would explain some things. So, I went to the doctor. So, I've been gluten-free since then, but I've been really gluten-free since I got really sick. I couldn't figure out what was making me sick. I went to the hospital at UC, and they did a scope, and they were like, well, your small bowel is atrophied. And I was like, what does atrophy mean? And they're like, death. Your small bowel is completely dead. And I was like, what do you mean it's dead? They're like, it's a dead organ. It's not working. That's why you can't eat anything.
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, oh, okay. So that sucks. How do I bring it back to life? And they're like, well, I see that you were diagnosed with celiac about 5 years ago. That's not a suggestion. You have to follow that. And I was like, so what happens if I don't? Well, your bowel or your body would things would continue to die. So you can't go that route. And even if you get like a little bit of gluten, you can end up with the cancer that's associated with celiac disease. It's a lymphoma. I don't remember what kind it is, but it's a lymphoma. So it's a blood cancer. What happened? Did I go far away again?
It's not your fault. You didn't do anything.
I'm sorry.
No.
I have to say I'm sorry. I'm from Ohio. This is what we do.
Well, I'm sorry runs in our fucking family, dude.
I'm sorry does
Except
run in
for-
the family.
Except for some people in the family.
There's a few.
Don't know how to say it. So we make
They're
up
learning.
we make up for it for them. We say it a lot. Okay, my mom said I'm sorry constantly.
She does.
Okay, so gluten is in everything.
Yeah.
Like it's in everything. Like
Yeah.
you can't have pizza. It's because of the crust.
I can have gluten-free pizza. And by the way, they have an excellent gluten-free pizza. It's by DiGiorno's, and it's several dollars more than the regular
Of course.
pizza because why not tax somebody who's already suffering?
Yeah. Everything that's gluten free is more expensive, right?
Yeah. So
So is there candy? You got candy today.
yep.
These are gluten free.
Yep. And these are Swedish style candy.
Which
I
is
heard
like the fish. Ooh,
I
like
heard that the thing to do with candies these days is have international candies. So
And then you can have salsa and chips and stuff
Yep.
like that.
yep.
But you can't
Anything
have
corn based or rice based, but nothing.
you can't have like a
wheat-based.
sandwich.
I can have a sandwich because they make gluten free bread. It costs 4 times the price. So you guys pay what do you pay for a loaf of bread?
Like $3.89, $4 or something like
Okay,
that.
it's higher than I thought. We pay
Well,
$8, so it's double the price.
Wow, $8.
$8.
But I don't buy a
It's
lot
not
of bread,
bad.
so I could be wrong. I don't
Not
buy a
bad.
lot
I
of
can
bread.
make French toast with it. I can make
Really?
sandwiches. Yeah.
So
And actually,
is there gluten in there's no gluten in meat though, right?
it depends on if it's processed. So,
Okay, so-
hamburger can have gluten in it. You have to be careful with hamburger, and you have to be careful with some lunch meats.
And so but having
Usually, it's the preservatives in something that will have gluten in it, which is weird, but it happens. So, I can't even have taco seasoning. So I make
Really?
They just came out with a taco seasoning that's gluten free, but I make mine. I just use salsa and hamburger, and I don't need
some Mike's Red Hot.
huh?
Red Hot.
No. I don't do the.
But
do
that's
the hot
gluten free,
thing.
I think.
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe. I don't know.
Well, unless it
Never
has
read
like
it.
sugar. Is gluten in sugar or?
Gluten's just in a lot of preservatives, a lot of things that they put in something to give it a good shelf life. If it has the shelf life of a Twinkie, it's not gluten free. So
Twinkies last forever. I saw Zombieland.
yeah.
You see Zombieland?
Of course. He's just looking for a Twinkie. He's going to beat everything to death until he gets it. Yeah. It's a great movie.
So the strawberry apple cider is pretty good. But I think they've been adding the strawberry shots to everything now. I had a Monster the other day. It was a Monster with a strawberry shot. It was
Strawberry
really good.
is amazing.
Strawberry flavor. But yeah, I'll drink this. I mean, I thought, okay, so I've turned my thoughts around on cider, hard cider, because of Angry Orchard to me is just disgusting.
It's not good like this. This
But
is
this
actually
is really
pretty good.
I have to give it to Cider Boys. I mean, it's a weird name. It sounds like a band from the 80s. But yeah, this is pretty good. Okay, so
good.
along with celiacs, you said it took you a long time to really figure out exactly what was. So you've
Yeah, I have
been
some
in-
other things too. I have something called Ehlers-Danlos. So
But you've been in and out of medical care
oh yeah.
for forever, right?
Oh yeah.
And then your kids have unfortunately gotten.
Yeah, my son has an autoimmune disorder called ALPS, autoimmune lymphoperipheral syndrome. It's pretty rare, but his dad had it, and it causes him to. His immune system doesn't work. It's almost like that of a end-stage AIDS patient. So if your immune system protects you from if you get the flu, your immune system kicks in and fights the flu.
Right.
His immune system fights him. So instead of fighting something like a flu, it turns around and decides to fight his
The white blood cells.
white blood cells or his red blood cells. Or in the case of ALPS disease, it also fights your platelets. So, he could be fine 1 minute and the next minute covered in bruises from head to toe.
Really?
That's how we found out he had it, because he was a baby and he went to his dad's house, and all of a sudden he was just covered in bruises, like he had been beaten half to death. And the cops showed up at my door because the hospital called the cops saying, somebody beat this baby. And then while the cops were standing there and Children's Services was walking through my house, I got a phone call from the hospital, and Jeremy said, "You need to get here quick. It's ITP." And I knew what that was. It's where your platelets drop all at once and they don't know why. And Jeremy had that, so I knew what it was, and I knew it was extremely dangerous. And so, yeah, that's how I found out.
Wow.
And then he got diagnosed, and he has to have a lot of treatments just to keep him alive. So he had 18 rounds of chemotherapy when he was under 2, and every month he has to have a treatment called IVIG that keeps his immune system bolstered.
Is it ever going to be better, or is it just that's forever?
So certain doctors are now saying that you can grow out of it, but they told us that we should use his dad's condition like a roadmap, because they both share a gene nobody's ever seen before. And so it's extremely rare what they have. So they said to look at his condition like a roadmap. However, the thing is, we were just told by the doctor last year that if he continues his treatments, the IVIG, that there's no reason to believe that he would get the cancer that's associated with ALPS disease, which his dad had 4 times. That's what killed his kidneys. That's what, weakened his heart and all of that.
And so the cost of his healthcare is
So
it's high.
So when he was little, we had state insurance, and because he was in the hospital all the time, I had to quit my job. And so we got on state insurance. And once I found out how much his treatments were, we ended up dropping a bottle of his medicine one day. And this is how I found out how much his stuff cost, because I didn't even think about the cost of it because I
Right.
wasn't paying for it. The government was. And so one day I dropped a bottle of his medication, and I called and said, "Hey, I dropped this. Is there any way, the doctor says he needs this medicine every day. Can you replace this?" And they said that medicine costs $2,000. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
like, you throw up in your mouth a little bit and you're like, what? And then I started asking like what everything costs. So at that time, his IVIG cost $10,000 a month.
Wow.
But now it costs between 15 and 20,000. And every time he has the treatment, it's different, because sometimes when he has the treatment, he has a port in his heart. And sometimes when they try to get that port going, it doesn't have a blood return. And so they have to give him medicine for that. And so the treatment cost is always different each month, but it's extremely high. He's also epileptic. So he has two forms of epilepsy, generalized epilepsy and absence seizures. So because of that, he's on several medications that are extremely expensive. Also, I just found out that his new seizure medication, the one that's kept him seizure free for 2 months, well, actually, no, just this month, because this is his first, it's like a little over a month that we've been on it. That cost $10,000
A month?
a month.
Wow.
So what makes this really crappy is that he no longer qualifies for that great insurance that he had, because he was qualified under his dad, who was very sick and on Social Security. And now his dad has passed away last year in March 11th last year. And so we lost the insurance. And I had the biggest panic attack of my life.
It's scary. I mean, it's scary as fuck.
Biggest panic attack of my life. And what's crazy about all of it is that it makes me so angry that anybody would be like, "Hey, that thing your son has that he didn't have anything to do with getting, and it's not your fault that he got it, and it's not
Right.
it's not his fault that he got it. It's not anybody's fault that he got it. But you have to pay for it through the nose, like an ungodly amount of money." How does that make any sense to a logic human being? Like, I can't figure it out. And the people, it just makes me so mad. Like,
I
the
know.
people who are like, well, I think it's the people who are not ever sick and they've never used insurance, so they don't understand like maybe they've had a couple colds in their life and they thought that was terrible. Like, those are the people I feel like that are like, can't pay for other people's health care.
This topic just gets to me every time I ever talk about it, because you've known me a long time. I've been conservative most of my life, but there's certain things that I don't feel like I agree with the conservative stance on, and that's been changing a lot. I've always heard all my life, as you get older, you're liberal when you're young, and as you get older, you turn more conservative. And I'm somehow doing the opposite.
That's a big trend, actually, I think, on TikTok, where people are like, they play the Tootsie Roll song to the left, because it says that stat on there, and then people are like, "No, I'm going to the left, man."
And it's just, but it's things like this.
I go more and more to the left.
It's things like this that are doing it to me, because
It
you
is.
were raised conservative too, and
Very.
this kind of shit is killing me, because I sit and listen to people say, "Not my tax dollars, and I don't want to pay for your health." And I don't get it. I don't understand what the hell they're even talking about, because there's all kinds of things that go into this. Like, first of all, do you think that if someone is sick and is on on the healthcare dole or the TIT or whatever, the government, whatever, do you think your taxes are going to go up or down? If they're not, like, you take everybody off this social, whatever, what, I don't even know what it's called. Whatever
No, they're just going to
the
spend it
healthcare
on different things, and we're
Right.
supposed to believe that those things are better for us somehow.
Yeah.
Like,
While-
what the?
While you're watching the government send hundreds of billions of dollars to other countries, and not for help, not for aid, for war, this is the thing. We will spend everything we can for different ways to try to kill people, but we won't. We'll get angry as shit when somebody's like, "Well, my child needs health care." Fuck your kid. I mean, I don't understand the world, and I'm not an economic major. I don't know anything about this shit. All I know is our government can always find money to pay for a war. Always can find money to pay for a war, but they always, every time we say, "Well, can you help over here?" They're like, "No. Hey, we're struggling. Fuck off." You know, and it's just, and I don't know the exact words, but it's killing me. And I'm not saying the Democrat, the liberal side or whatever is doing anything better, because they have been in charge too. And they don't ever they never help us. They talk a good game, but nothing ever gets done. And I don't understand this whole tax.
It's almost like they want us to be sick and stupid and sad.
And I always try to figure out who they is. I think the machine is just
You
so
don't know
big.
who they is?
No.
Let me tell you who they is, okay?
But this machine is just so big that it will just chew you up and spit you out and doesn't give a fuck about you, first of all, and nobody does. And I think I feel like you said it's people that never been sick or whatever. Like, I hardly ever go to the hospital. I hardly ever use my insurance. I have really good fucking insurance. And I'm over here wasting it because I don't use it at all. I wish they would just let me
But
go.
you have what's that word? Compassion.
But I wish I could just go like, oh, the insurance that I'm paying for that I'm not using, can this guy use it for a month? I mean, can I help this kid out? But they won't let you do that shit.
Won't.
You know why? Because our insurance company, our insurance system is set up for profit. The healthcare system is set up for profit.
All of it.
And it doesn't make sense to me. I understand that doctors need to get paid. I understand that hospitals can't run on air. I get it. They need money, but the profit margins are insane.
So let me put it this way. The medicine that he's on, that $10,000 a month medication, that medicine is a marijuana tincture. Okay. And I was really like leery about having him go on this. Okay. I because it's like, this is my 14-year-old son and we're going to give him pot. Like, what the fuck are you talking
But that's
about?
what I was going to ask. Is it actual?
So it's from the marijuana plant. It's called Epidiolex. I think I'm saying that right. And it's a tincture, so it's in a dropper. It doesn't make you high. It can make you a little sleepy, but it's not. It's the part of the plant that they've identified through what studies, I don't know, but through studies that alleviates epilepsy. And they used to talk
the
about
cannabis plant is.
Oh, it's amazing. And they used to talk about how I thought it was going to be something we were going to rub on his feet, because I had seen stuff about that where you rub it on someone's feet and that stops the seizure. This is a tincture, and I don't know. I'm guessing it's a little bit different. But what my point is I can go get a tincture of actual marijuana from the same plant at the dispensary. You can go and get a tincture for like $30. Why does it have to cost $10,000? And that's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, even if whatever you have to do to extract that is a super scientific, precise thing, how can it be so much more, from $30 to $10,000?
Yeah.
That's a complete insane figure.
Because it's not a
profit.
It's not an open. I'm gonna fucking listen. Don't hate me, man. But capitalism, in its pure form, is actually a good thing. I know you don't.
I'm hurting inside.
I know you don't believe it. But capitalism in its pure form is actually a good thing, because competition does create price structures. You know what I mean? Like, if this guy's going to sell it for 50 cents, I'll sell mine for 49 cents. So a few years ago, I forget who was president and who was the government. I don't care. they passed a law where hospitals are supposed to have like a menu board of their pricing system. This is what it costs. And it was supposed to be, the legislation went through because it was supposed to help bring costs down, because if you didn't like the price at this hospital, you could go to that hospital or whatever, and competition is, but we don't have we don't have capitalism in this country. We have what's called crony capitalism, which all these companies, they're set up, they're too big to fail. The government will bail them out. They'll take my money and your money. Then instead of giving it to this kid that needs medicine, they give it to these companies so they don't fail. Mm-hmm. They give it to they said the biggest welfare recipient in the country is corporations. I mean, that's not us. Quit being mad at us because we're not making enough money. These corporations are sucking the money out of the government, and the government doesn't care. But anyways, I'm just saying, like, if hospitals were true competition, if they had to actually, there's only like one hospital for every area too. You have 57,000 gas stations on every corner, but you only have one hospital within 50 miles. You got to go, if you want to go to a different hospital, fuck off. So it's just set up for they set it up.
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck they are.
So turns out, I'm gonna have to say that capitalism is
I know you hate capitalism.
Not a good system. Anything that any system of monetary anything, any barter system, any exchange system of all is going to fail. And why is that? Why is that? Because of greed. Greed.
Well, yeah, it's
all set up to where they tell you that you can get ahead. I was sold the dream in the 80s that if I got a college degree, that my life would be amazing and everything would be amazing. Like, that's none of it's true. Everything in our system requires all of the poor people to stay poor and a few of them to make it out so that we believe in the dream. I'm just saying.
No, I agree with that completely.
It's absolute nonsense. They want to keep us compliant.
I saw somebody say
we need to topple it all.
Me and Ken
burn it down, man.
But me and Ken talked about that once, and because I'm kind of feel like that too. Like, in order to fix this, we all have to. But it's going to be hell for us until the new system comes in.
Literally, we would all have to actually
It'd be hell
stop.
for our children. It would be hell for our grandchildren.
We would all have to actually stop participating in it, which would
But how do you do that?
You stop ordering from Amazon. Don't know how to do that. Let you know when I figure it out. You have to stop doing all the stuff.
But the thing is,
you can't have anything.
If all the gears of this machine stop, that the machine is so big that if all the gears of this machine stop, there's going to be chaos.
Yeah.
There's not going to be food.
Yeah.
There's not going to be anything.
Yeah.
And
it's the only way
people
revolution
will
happens.
die. Right. But
people actually do die.
Nobody's going to do that.
Actually, I think. Listen, we're standing on a great precipice. We are at a precipice in this country. We have to not just in this country, in the world. But in this country specifically, just because of everything that's going on right now.
I'm ready for another beer.
The veil is lifting. I'm probably not going to be able to drink too much more of that.
You're just tasting them.
I'm just getting a little taste. So I forget where I was at. Where was I at?
We were talking about the world and the economic system, and you think they're ready. People are on the verge of being ready.
We're on the precipice of something, and the veil is lifting.
Like
the veil. No, it has, because we've been shown things that for a long time were right in the closet where people liked them, and now we're being shown things that people don't believe. They're having a real hard time letting it set in and believing it. And we have to decide what we're going to do with the information. Okay. And most people are just sitting in their holes waiting for somebody else to do something with the information.
I think.
And we have to decide where we want to go, man.
I honestly feel like people, as human beings, not any race or whatever, not any, just human beings overall, are like lightning. They're going to find the path of least resistance. I mean,
which is AI and slow
It's coming.
Steaming hot death.
We're all
so
it's almost over.
it is almost over.
And it's not going to end the way we all think it's going to
End
end.
stage capitalism blown up by your friendly AI.
Yeah, but then it won't matter because there'll be nobody left on the bottom.
And you know, Steve, they put me in paper pants for saying that the Terminator the logic was sound. I said the logic is sound. And I got put in the paper pants place. If you ask AI, they'll tell you that the Terminator is plausible. Just saying. So when you go to the nut ward, they make you wear paper pants. They don't let you keep your pants. You might hang yourself with it or something. I don't know. They wouldn't let me keep my pants. It was so uncomfortable, and you don't know how many times those things rip. You sit down, and you're made of paper. It rips. I'm like, I need new paper pants. They're like, what'd you do? I'm like, it ripped. Like, I don't want to go around like my ass hanging out.
Paper pants. Okay, so I've never been there. My mom's
I call
been
it
there.
the paper pants place.
My mom has been
It's
there.
super weird. They were way crazier than I was. I'm just saying. And
The
I'm
people
talking
in
about
there?
the doctors.
Oh. Well, at Good
That's just a
Samaritan, it
joke.
was the 4th floor.
It was the 7th at Miami Valley.
Okay, this is Cider Boys Grand Mimosa. Apple, orange, hard cider.
I poured it like a hillbilly
You
again.
do. You're just like, get in the cup. But that's great, though.
I am.
Okay,
Get in my
so-
belly.
Listen, I have a feeling that we could actually go off the rails here. Because they're
Never
great
happens.
conversations.
Never happened.
Like, I like the fact that I can I have my ideas and thoughts, and you have your ideas and thoughts, but you're never like, Steve, you're stupid.
No.
I'm right, you're wrong.
No.
Right. Even though you might be right and I might be wrong, you don't hold it over my head or whatever. And I don't try to
can
tell
have
you that
your
I'm
opinion.
right. I know, but have you ever had a conversation with somebody where like, you're fucking stupid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like,
many.
wow, you don't sound open to anything.
Many.
Okay, so
What's this one?
this is an orange.
Oh, I like orange. As long as it's not anything peach.
I don't like artificial peach flavor. I don't like it either.
I don't like any kind of peach flavor. I don't like
I
regular
like
peaches.
peaches. Man,
Nope.
what about the song?
I love this song. It's a great song.
Man, this doesn't even smell orangey though.
I'm moving to the country. I'm gonna eat me a lot of peaches.
I gotta say, man, Cider Boys did it.
They actually did. It's pretty good.
Okay, so we were talking about healthcare stuff,
Yeah.
and then one of our friends brought up the idea of how it's kind of bullshit that we talk about the socialized medicine in our country wouldn't work because of, if you just look at Canada, like the wait times for.
Yes, that's one of the main arguments. Also, somebody's got to pay for that. I love that. Like,
I would rather listen.
we don't pay for everything already.
The United States government is $47 trillion in debt. Okay. I don't know what you spend it on, and I'm not asking, right? Like, I'm not going, hey man, we're gonna have to take your credit card from you, like we probably should. What I'm asking is, can you stop spending it on whatever the fuck you're spending it on? What's the difference in being $47 trillion in debt for whatever the fuck you spend it on? Because it ain't nothing we got. And helping the people of this fucking country that pay you every fucking week.
That doesn't
We're
serve
the ones.
their
We're
interest.
the ones that go to work for you.
But they know we're not going to stop, and so that's
Right.
how they. That's how
I
they
get that, but that's not. I'm just saying, like, there are some politicians somewhere that have the ideas of like, look, man, we're taking all this money from the people every week, and instead of helping, and I'm not really talking to politicians. I'm talking to people that say stuff like that. Not my tax dollars. My tax dollars aren't going to help you. And remember when they went off? You can't buy a fucking Twinkie with your EBT card. What the fuck does it matter to you? That's my tax. No, it's not. Once it's out of your check, it's no longer yours. I would rather the government spent money on us. We're the fucking people of the country. Than to spend it on whatever the fuck they're spending on. What the hell did they spend $47 trillion on? And if you don't know how much $1 trillion is, it's 1,000 billion.
Damn.
1,000 billion. That's fucking insane.
It is. It absolutely is.
And there are people in this country that have $500 billion.
So
But anyways,
when you're talking about people that say those kind of things, I have a theory on that.
Okay,
I
well,
feel
do
like there are two types of people. There are microphones and there are tape recorders. And so the tape recorder people are regurgitating a narrative. And the narrative is played by media,
the microphone
people they know. Somebody stood up in a town hall and said something that they liked, and it caught on, and then they told it to all their friends, who told it to all their friends. Those people are usually the people who are regurgitating that kind of stuff. Then you got the microphones, the people who are actually saying something.
Okay.
Because
I've had conversations with Jocelyn about this though.
Yeah.
Like all of us, every one of us, I don't know anything.
correct.
All I know is what I've heard.
Correct. But
So if all you know is that,
but you're willing to listen. And
Right.
then the people with the tape recorders don't listen
Okay,
to
so
the
that's-
microphones. They just have their thing that they do.
but okay, so let's break this down into the universe then, right?
Okay.
Those people are serving whatever purpose the universe has for them though then, right? Or they're experiencing their life the way that they're supposed to, right?
I think
all-
everyone is experiencing their life the way they're supposed to.
Right.
But
So then
the
we
tape
can-
recorders.
Okay, but my question is this though, like, can you be mad at those people
No.
for their opinions or the way they believe or the way they think?
Not at all.
I mean, you can,
Yeah, I mean you could, but the thing is,
but you're right. Like,
the thing is, they are who they are. It's like, my mom and I don't agree on like any of these topics, but I can appreciate that the reason why she feels the way she feels is whatever
experience or
it's whatever that is. But I do feel like, she used to be a microphone and she's turned into a tape recorder. And I think honestly, a lot of that has to do with not being willing to look behind the curtain. If you're not interested in uncomfortable truths, then you're
what's
not
going
going
on
to
now
look.
is insane.
It really is insane.
And
I'm mad as hell.
but I was there 8 years ago. Like, no, I didn't want to hear it. I didn't
Right.
and it was like, and I don't exactly know what changed. Actually, I do. I know exactly what changed. And this is it might be a dumb reason or whatever, but I watched a man run an election based on wanting to be the most transparent and wanting to
Drain the swamp.
drain the swamp, which you can't do that. They're not going to let you do that. Even though that might not have been, I don't believe politicians when they talk anyways, but when he said that, like, he wanted the Epstein files released, that was one of the things he ran on. And then to watch him sitting in front of a microphone and go, "Are we still talking about this guy? What are we talking about here? Well, he's dead. Why are we still talking about this?" It just was like, fuck you, man. I mean, that's one of the big reasons a lot of people actually were like, okay, we'll go for this guy. And to turn around and just shit on everybody and be like, no, fuck you. And there's a lot of politicians lie. And the word gaslight is overused. I mean, it's constantly used for lie. Gaslighting is not lying. Gaslighting is telling you that you're crazy. I never said that. That's not what happened. And that's what this guy does constantly. He's constantly telling me, I know you think you saw me say that, but that's not what I said.
Don't you think it's overused because it's over happening?
Well, maybe, but people use it anytime somebody lies.
Yes,
That's not a gaslight.
that's true.
Lying
That's
is
true.
lying.
That's
Gaslighting is me lying to you, and then when you catch in the lie, me going, "Nah, dude, you're fucking crazy. I never did that."
Right.
That's the old song. It wasn't me.
Right.
I got me on the bathroom floor. Wasn't me.
And Trump is that guy. It wasn't me.
Why did you have to say the name? I was going through the whole podcast.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. But a lot of people's head just exploded. What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
They can't take it. They can't handle it.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
But the thing is, I feel like
That was
I
fun.
don't have any, I don't get how people would still be at this point
I don't
supporting.
either.
But if you are, I probably still love you. It's fine. It's all fine. I know that there are some people who are still on that camp. I just can't imagine why.
That's the thing. And
I listen to them because I
rather-
want to hear it. I
yeah.
want to understand.
I'd rather have a conversation than, get mad or whatever. But I understand why some people get mad too, because it's a life. This is real. This isn't a
this
story.
matters. Yeah.
This isn't a show. This is real life.
Yep.
Man. The shit that's going on is real life. I just watched a video of about 4 minutes of him saying that Obama is going to start a war with Iran to get reelected. And it's a war we shouldn't be in. And just over and over, just soundbite after soundbite after soundbite of saying that. And then this just happened. What just happened with Iran?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know the ins and outs. I'm not in the war room. I don't know what's actually going on in the world. All I could know is what I see, and I could be wrong. But anyways, we're going back to the wait times of the perceived wait times between Canadian healthcare and healthcare in the United States. And we looked up some stuff. And this says here that the 2025 median wait time of 28.6 weeks is a slight decrease from 30 weeks in 2024. Canadians wait an average of 28.6 weeks for specialized treatment, right?
So isn't it elective though?
And that's what I meant.
Elective. Okay.
Like elective surgeries, like
Right.
if you want to get your nose fixed or something like
Right.
that. Specialists in surgery wait times, and Canadians often wait much longer for elective procedures like knee replacements, MRIs, compared to the US. The median wait time from GP referral treatment, which was general practitioner referral treatment in Canada, can be over 20 weeks. Emergency care, immediate life-threatening emergencies, both countries provide rapid care, but for non-urgent, there's a wait time. So there's a little bit more wait time.
But sometimes the argument is that you're going to die waiting for
Yeah.
health care in Canada, and
Yeah,
you're not.
You're not, because their healthcare system in that regard is the exact same as ours.
Exactly.
If you need emergency healthcare, you get it. They have hospitals, guys. They don't just have doctors in a fucking office somewhere. They have fucking hospitals there.
Right.
And I've never understood it anyways, because we have, first of all, there's only like 13 million people in Canada, and they're spread out over most of them live on the east side of Canada, and there's some that live, but we have 350 million people in this country, and we have probably 2,000 times the amount of hospitals. Our wait times are going to be very comparable.
So the other thing is they say that Canadians pay so much more in taxes, which they do. So they
Okay.
pay about, I think it said like something like almost 40%. And then, our taxes used to be around 25%. I don't know what they are now. I don't know if they've raised our taxes. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to that in a long time. But I will say, when I was talking to my mom about this and saying, well, you know what, if he's going to not have health care, maybe I should just move to Canada. And she's like, okay, tell me how that would work, because their cost of living is higher. So I looked it up. Their cost of living is a little higher. Their costing of living is a little higher. They don't make a whole lot more than we make here, and they're taxed a little more. So you might be a little less comfortable. But when I crunch the numbers, this is what it's going to cost me with insurance. So I have insurance through my company. And with insurance, I got the high deductible plan because I felt like he's going to meet the deductible the day he walks in the door, right? Because the first treatment is like $15,000 to $20,000. Deductible's $4,000 for the family, cap out deductible. So that deductible, after I meet that, they pay 70%, I pay 30%, right? With a cap at $11,000. So that actually is amazeballs, because that's less than one treatment cap out for the year. So it was a lot better than I thought. It's like Blue Cross and Blue Shield. It's not too bad, but $11,000. The cost to me each week is 3 times what it was. So it was like $38 a week. Now it's going to be $118 a week. So we're talking about $460-ish.
That's just for the insurance, though.
That's just
and
for
then
the
you
insurance.
still got to pay the $11,000.
Then I got to pay the $11,000. But you can work out plans with the hospital.
You can.
They're gonna get what they're gonna get, and that's the thing.
This is what I'm not saying.
It sucks.
But I'm not saying
It's the bottom line.
free health care for everybody. That's not what I'm saying. Right.
I am.
I get it. But that's not what I'm saying. Though. Like, life.
Or affordable.
Affordable.
Actually affordable, not like $500 for an EpiPen affordable,
But
which I still don't have a freaking EpiPen.
I'm talking about life-saving healthcare should not cripple you as a citizen of this country. If you do develop cancer, or if your son is born and has a debilitating disease that he has no control over, those things should not cripple you as a family. Now you're not, okay, so your insurance is great and it's going to cover all this, but you're still, if you pay $118 a week, you're looking at around $6,000 a year on insurance, plus the $11,000 you have to come out of pocket with all the visits. That's another $18,000 a year. You only make whatever you make. You know what I mean? If you make $80,000, that's a fucking quarter of your pay right there, just going to your insurance and your healthcare costs. And that's just, now you only have 75% of your pay left, and the 25% goes to taxes, and you're down to, I mean, it's debilitating. It's hard.
Yes.
You're now fighting from behind the eight ball or whatever.
Yep.
So the other people that want to stand there and say that, well, like you said, me, I don't have any healthcare issues, so I don't pay them. I'm over here like, pick it up. Yeah, come on, pull your weight. Contribute. I mean, fuck that. If I don't know how you've done it, I would have just already said, fuck you guys, and been on Section 8 and getting government housing and all that shit.
That's why I think a lot of people do that, and I didn't work for a lot of years because I was afraid that there was no way I was going to be able to afford the cost of healthcare, and it's a crazy amount of money. And I think that it should be. I think that if we stopped spending all that money on God knows what,
What the fuck are we spending it on?
Hundreds of millions of dollars to other countries for no reason, for nothing, for something we don't have anything to do with, and we can't take care of our own people.
I'm sick of propping up Israel. Okay, I want to end this topic.
Sick of the whole thing.
But I encourage people, please. I was dumbfounded by these numbers. The actual wait times on real healthcare is a little bit. It might be a little bit longer. So just research the numbers before you are just dismissive as you can be about it. And I'm not saying it's never going to change, because the what they call them, lobbyists run the government. So I don't have any money, so they're never going to listen to me.
I think it's more like billionaires run the government.
Well, the lobbyists are being paid.
True. Everybody's being paid.
But I also, while we're talking about, I brought this up. Like, I was wondering the other day about like how much a house costs now in Ohio. These are average house costs in Ohio. And in 2026, the median home sale price in Ohio was between $246,000 and $290,000.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we had $290,000 houses in this place.
I know, right? Like, where are these houses?
I mean, you go to Columbus, there's parts of Columbus that are super rich. There's actually parts of Dayton here that are.
But when you're talking about that house, it's actually what you're thinking of as a $100,000 house, probably.
But that's the median.
Yeah.
So
Middle of
I'm
the
like,
road.
well, that's crazy. How much was it 5 years ago? Just so in 2020, it was between it was $212,000 was the median price of a home in Ohio. That is like $80,000, an $80,000 increase in 5 years. The average price of a home in Ohio in 2015 was $155,000. That's $65,000 in 10 years. It just went up $140,000 for a house.
In 10 years? Holy.
Well, from 2015, it was $155,000, and in 2026, It was 290. I mean, that's just crazy.
It really is.
So I'm like, well, what are the wages? Like, have our wages kept up? And so I was looking at that. The median income in for a household in 2015 was 53,000, which is pretty decent, right?
I mean,
2026, the median income for a household was 64,000. That's $13,000 in 10 years. The price of a house has went up $150,000, and your incomes went up fucking $10,000.
So I feel like, and you know, it's us conspiracy theorists with our tinfoil hats again, but I honestly feel like if they squeeze you on your income and then they squeeze you on the housing market, and you have to pay more for less, and they squeeze you at the grocery mart, and then you're like grateful for anything, right? You're grateful you're grateful for the crumbs of nothing, like being able to order something off Amazon is, oh, I got to have a treat.
Or every 3 months they give you the lie they're going to give you $2,000.
Right.
I mean, every 3 months we get that lie.
String you right along. Or they're going to find it or Doge is going to find it and they're going to give you back all the money. So, you know, I honestly think it's just more of the, you know, make us grateful for our jobs. We're just grateful to have jobs in the capitalistic system. So
I listened to Trump, so maybe a month ago, saying that, and if you actually listen to it, it's like, that almost makes sense, but also at the same time, fuck you.
Right.
He said that he makes outlandish claims all the time, but he said, I could lower the prices of housing, but if I did, then it would deplete the wealth of the people that own houses now. And that's their wealth. That's their, they worked their way up to have those homes. And now did they? That they have those homes now, and that's their wealth. So I don't know the exact words, but that's in essence saying I could lower the price of houses. I don't know how he could actually do that. But if I did that, that would hurt the people that own homes, which if you think about it, like if you have a house, you bought your house for $180,000, now it's worth $240,000, and they did lower it back to $180,000, you'd be like, man, fuck you. But also at the same time, I'm over here like, man, fuck you. My kids need to buy houses.
Right.
I mean, what the fuck is going on? I don't know the answer to this shit. I don't know what the fuck is. That's the other problem I have. I know I can see problems, but I don't know if I can see solutions. How do you fix this shit?
So
wages are not going up, and the price of everything is going up. So everything.
I feel like it's just so. Anytime I work that out in my brain, the only answer that I ever come up with is that we have to topple the entire system. There's none of it that works. None of it. The healthcare doesn't work. The court system doesn't work. Our money system does not work.
It works for some people.
It works for some people, but only the very few. And if you want that to be how it is, just modern slavery.
But aren't we okay? But as
modern slavery,
it is. And I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that a lot too.
Serving
you are here just to make money for somebody else. Yeah. Every day I go to work, and I don't hate my company. I don't hate the owners. I know them personally.
But I do feel like also,
I feel like
it's getting harder and harder to have, like, the boomer generation, I do feel like are the last people that were able to, like, somebody could actually work at Best Buy and the other one work as a waitress, and they could have a house. Like, I feel like that's not feasible anymore.
What was that? Married with Children?
Yeah.
Al Bundy, his wife stayed at home.
He's a shoe salesman.
He sold shoes at the mall.
He was a shoe salesman. Like, oh my God. And they had a nice house. Like what I would consider a nice fucking house. So, 2 kids, they were doing just fine. They had food in that fridge sometimes. Hey. Craig cooked it sometimes.
You're right, though. I mean, and people, it's funny because my kids are stuck in the situation now where people are constantly saying, well, you guys just don't work hard enough. if you worked harder, you would have the things you need. And we did it. Why can't you do it?
Yeah.
And
That's the
me
attitude.
and me and my kids talk about it all the time. They're like, because I busted my fucking ass, man. I worked 2 jobs. I went to school while I was working full time, so I could do anything I could do to make sure I got we finally bought a house. You know what I mean? And shit, the wages were shit, but the prices of shit weren't that
as
high.
bad. Yep.
And you look at the gap. That's what I'm showing here. The gap in the wages to the price of shit.
Yeah.
I looked up the price of Ford F-150s. In the last 5 years, they went up $10,000. And that's just a basic truck with no bells and whistles. The 15 years before that, it went up $7,000 for 15 years. And then the last 5 years, it went up $10,000. Just a regular my Honda that I got out there is a 2020 used when I bought it, $26,000. That's insane. That price of cars are insane. That same car's worth is probably $30,000. A Honda Civic. I don't know how much it is. I'm not going to look it up. So
Housing is like
housing, cars,
triple the price
food,
too.
everything.
3-bedroom apartment, $1,500, where it probably would have cost $900 just a few years ago.
The wages, if you made $50,000 15 years ago, you were doing great. You make $50,000 now, you're suffering.
Yeah.
You're struggling.
Yep.
You might not be suffering, but you're struggling.
You're struggling.
I struggle. But I know I buy a lot of unnecessary shit.
Everybody buys unnecessary shit. That's the only way to make it.
That's
in
the
this
other
life.
thing, too. I'm so sick of that.
Damn it.
They go, well, just tighten it up.
Cut
then.
back on
You
your
don't need that
spending.
$12,000 phone, and you don't need to have cable, and you don't need to have this and that. Yeah, you fucking do, dude. That's the sign the podcast is over.
Oh my gosh. So I'm so sorry. No, that's the sign that I have Ehlers-Danlos and autoimmune disorders.
No.
And I'm.
Yeah, but the podcast is actually over.
Is it really? Okay.
An hour and 15 minutes. We did pretty good, I think.
Yay.
Right? I really appreciate you coming on
I had
and
a good
sharing
time.
parts of your life like that. That's very
Well, if you get to
Opening,
know me, I
vulnerable.
share pretty much everything. A little too much of everything.
But I will have to give it up to Cider Boys for changing my mind on ciders. I think you guys did a great job.
Pretty good. I'm gonna be gassy for a week.
But we're going to jar those farts.
No thanks.
They'll be for sale on my YouTube page.
How much can you get for that?
Right? Hey, but I really appreciate you guys watching, and thank you for stopping by. And Amanda, I really appreciate it. And I'll see you soon.
I appreciate it too.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait, that's the wrong button.